map on the side of OMG. We just want to see, I think they're just looking for a mid-game power spike, so we don't expect too much shenanigans to occur in the early game. Of course, Aki and New and Krem, both the solo laners as well as the jungler, can be formidable forces, especially during a counter gank. So OMG, a lot of the early game is gonna be about how Aki can track Shin's movement and just be where he is at all times, available for the counter gank to turn something around. And then this dynamic shifts later on in the mid game, whereas Invictus Gaming, who kind of want to make picks, of course every team wants to make picks first, but Invictus Gaming will want to be the ones to re-engage onto OMG. So wait for OMG to jump in first, and then look for a devastating re-engage, of course, with the above aforementioned Diana ultimate rise, just constant damage, as well as the Nautilus depth charge. As we see, Red and Raptors is now just about being completed by Aki as he clears out a ward. So far, Invictus Gaming with full vision of exactly where he is starting. Looks like the level 2 push is about even now in terms of experience. Actually, it's not what both of them have hit level 2 as Wink is jumped onto. Beautiful flash and stun coming out from Cold as Abel just capitalizes on it completely. Abel already at 1 kill 2 minutes into the game, and now this could shift the focus completely. OMG now do have a decent lane to play through, as I don't think Invictus Gaming was expecting the level 2 all in. I thought that was still wave 1. My mistake. And a beautiful flash there from Cole, using the Attract Repel, flashing right on top of Wink, using the Attract Repel, and after that Wink really is nothing he could do. Did go for the heal as opposed to the cleanse, because of course there really isn't anything to cleanse. If Cole manages to get his crash down onto you, there's no escaping him, definitely not with anything except for a flash and perhaps a heal, as we see here both actually hitting level 2 at about the same time, and then Colt with a beautiful crash down, following up with a little pause. Oh, he got knocked up by the hook, and that's beautiful. Able, the flash I suppose, to land the full channel Ecathian Rain. Was it necessary? I suppose so, as Wink was exploded before he could even hit his F key. A little bit of a tussle going on here as Lucas has found his way up towards the mid lane, prepared to contest this. Cole, however, does have the first movement, and what we see our first team fight here is going to be a 4v4 Oval Scuttle Crab. They know that Lucas is here, but they have no idea that Cole is here. However, Lucas, if he takes one step forward, he could find himself in a devastatingly oppressed situation, as both of the vision plants have been popped, spotting out the entirety of OMG, as Shin manages to secure that Scuttle Crab. Unfortunately, OMG, a very all or nothing play there, because once you're spotted in that bush, you really have to move, lest Invictus Gaming explode all of you. It is worth considering, however, that Invictus Gaming do not really have a lot of AoE damage currently. That comes with time. Both teams really just want to start scaling up in the initial part of the game, as New is being ganked here. Nenny is a little bit low as Shin jumps in, does have a second set of E, but won't have any follow-up CC as a few more auto attacks come through. New just strolling out of that fight, will have teleport to get back to lane. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Aki is making his way into Shin's jungle, will take away Grump. Is the wave set up bot lane for a dive? It doesn't seem to be, based off of the pings, as the teleport does eventually come through. Nenny with a teleport advantage will be able to use that in the dragon that is spawning in 30 seconds time. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, priority isn't really going either way. Krem will have the advantage as Rookie is running a little bit low on mana. And first blood, as previously mentioned, coming in by OMG. Looks like we can change that statistic within the realm of this game to 100% so far, as Abel and Colt just pulling off the big plays, coming to lane with a huge pickaxe advantage. Despite the CS being relatively even, he is ahead a comfortable 400 gold. Just about that first blood bounty, as Krem taking the harass under tower in stride. He knows, same situation as every other Akali before him. It's not about the laning phase so much as it is about getting to the mid game, hitting that 1 or 2, actually honestly it's kind of 1, but once you hit 2 items you're at your peak, hitting that 1 or 2 item power spike and just running down anybody who was oppressive to you in the laning phase. In this situation, Rookie will have a decent chance of outplaying him as New flies in onto Nenny. Shin is right behind him, though Aki is in the area. Teleport is not available for Krem, who just used it to get back to lane. And the use of the double teleport pretty much signals to you that New going in for a kill. Shin flashing in as well. New has got nothing left except for his safeguard. Unfortunately, Shin was saving the second dash and is able to use it, clearing him out. looks like Aki is not in position for Dragon. Unfortunately for Nenny, he's about to get exploded here. He doesn't know it yet. But Shin is in this area, will be able to get the kill back onto him. Nenny is now level 6, however. Stormbringer is available. And when is he looking at the shop? He's looking at the shop here. Out of vision is Shin. Aki trying to dash forward to see if he can spot out Shin. This is pretty huge. As he jumps in after Shin leaves. Stormbringer is available, however, and it's level 5 to level 6. Nenny does have his ultimate. Aki just able to delay and perhaps in a way win back a little bit for New. Nice play coming in. This was his first reset also. It looks like bottom side scuttle will be the consequence, however, of him trying to get his top laner a little bit of an advantage yet again. Perhaps a little bit of guilt for not being there in time. Poor old New trying to push his level advantage. Unfortunately for him, Shun was in the area. Meanwhile, in the bot side, looks like the lane has gone pretty evenly. Although the gold has not been equalized, 400 gold is still in favor of Abel. Looking across the entirety of the game, Invictus Gaming are beginning their roam into the map. Shin is level 6 and New Aki is only level 5. Tries to flash out of the ultimate. Unfortunately, he does not have it. Looks like he'll have enough movement speed to get out, however, as Wing goes over the wall. Cold burning down. Eventually, last tick of Ignite is not enough, as red buff is the only thing that Invictus Gaming managed to claim from OMG's jungle. Nice little bit of initial aggression coming in here as Aki is looking to jump in. Unfortunately, there's no one there. Aki just kind of eating it right into Rookie's waiting arms as the cannonball smacks him in the face. Shuriken does not hit. And I'm not quite sure what Aki was expecting there. There was no one in the area. Cole was back in base. Abel was under tower. And Krem was under tower as well. So far, nice little bit of initial early aggression coming out of Invictus Gaming from the most unlikely of sources. If we're going to be honest, I expected Invictus Gaming to really be playing through top and mid instead of bot and mid. As Aki, he was checking for vision. He didn't see Rookie. Oh, from here it looked as though you could definitely see Rookie step into that bush. It was just unfortunate that his W actually not spotting out anybody and then face checking straight into Rookie's open arms. Really nothing he could do about that. He just wanted to try and steal away his camps, maximize his efficiency as much as possible. But it looks like Aki, based off the pings, is going to be starting out Rift Herald without mid priority and with only top priority. The bot lane of OMG is moving up as in comes Cold and Abel. Lucas is in the area, however, and Wink is heading back to the bot lane. This could be OMG's fight. It's a 5v4 situation and they're rotating their strongest member up for sure. Abel will be in this fight. Wink is coming as well. The item-wise, everything looks pretty even. Definitely slightly in favor of Abel, but not too significantly, I do believe. At this point in time, I do believe Invictus Gaming are not as strong as OMG. So they need to be careful. Really, the big playmakers in this fight are going to be Cold, Abel, and maybe Aki. As Engage goes in, it is Shin running after New, but New is not exactly who you want to go for. Is in the backlines. He is taken out by Abel. Meanwhile, Abel with a double kill. Krem jumping in forward, but does not have his shot, flashing away from the hook. Is it enough? As the Mystic Shot comes in comes one more spell from Rookie. And out goes Krem. 2 for 2. Jungler and top laner for mid laner and top laner. OMG taking the fight, being engaged upon by Shin as the Realm Warp is coming in. Looks like trying to jump on to Cole and Abel, but the repel comes down, stunning out the entirety of the team as Abel just 1v1s Wink in the meantime and flashing over the wall. He will secure a third kill, 6-0. Abel is on the Abel scores entirety of OMG's kill score, honestly, as 100% not even kill participation, just kill rate, as that was a very lofty Realm Warp coming in from the members of Invictus Game. Let's see what happens here. Shin finding a beautiful angle, getting a 3 to 4 man ultimate, and then just barely able to finish off New. Meanwhile, in the main fight, Nenny is just being focused here, frontlining, tanking up everything, as Rookie is not really doing as much damage as she needs to be, but he's still managing to put on the consistent damage, and then this catastrophic, devastating Realm Warp comes in. Rift Herald is secured by Shin in the meantime. Let's see what happens here. Cole positioning himself perfectly for a 3-man stun, and then Wink managing to jump forward with the Arcane Shift. Unfortunately, he was already stunned out by the Attract Repel. Cole absolutely destroying Invictus Gaming here, single-handedly. And although Abel did claim kill credit for all of those kills, it is clear that Cole was really the one doing the heavy lifting. And right away, although Invictus Gaming did get Rift Herald, there are still 3 more kills on the side of OMG, and every single one of them are onto Abel. Abel so far has been a phenomenal Kai'Sa, diving in at the perfect times, assassinating squishies exactly when he needs to. They're already making their rotation up towards mid lane. Dragon is not up for another minute and 45 seconds as Cole is setting up for Vision. Will they perhaps attempt for something here? I think they're just looking to clear out the vision, get some pressure onto Invictus Gaming. As let's see here, Abel is one of the best farming AD carries by far. Has got pretty high kill participation as well. Doesn't have top KD. Has the most double kills and triple kills in the league, only trailing Bin in terms of quadras by one. Abel is exactly the kind of person you want to have all your kills on in the team, because when a push comes to a shove, you know that he can definitely step up to the playing field and win it for your team. Really, all the rest of OMG need to do are just run as much interference as possible, and their composition is perfect for it. Aki, New, and Krem easily can run a lot of interference. In the top lane, Nenny does not seem to be having the time of his life, and in spite of being 3 kills up in that last exchange, OMG and Invictus Gaming find themselves completely even in terms of gold, with the Infernal Dragon spawning in 30 seconds time. OMG really making their way into the river, trying to claim as much vision as possible. This might be a little fight, as Cole does not have flash, however, and will not be able to engage on that despite how clumped up Invictus Gaming was. A little bit early, and there's definitely time for Invictus Gaming to win back all that vision in bot side river. Looking at the items now, the first mythic item of the game is completed in first mythic item of the game was completed for Abel, but the first mythic item of Invictus Gaming side was completed by Shun, as he drops the Rift Herald down in mid lane. This will not take out the tower, I do believe, but it will chunk it within an inch of its life. As Aki is coming up now, he does have flash, and he looks to jump in onto anybody here, going for Lucas a little bit, as teleports are available for both New and Nenny, heading back towards the top side. Praise Seeker hits out on the Shun as Alt comes in with the Magna Storm. Rookie is the one who is focused down, as Cole manages to secure the kill. Abel, on the other hand, is knocked up by the depth charge and blown up by Shun, as well as the Arcane Shift. Wink in the backline is jumped on by both New and Krim. There's no way he survives this. Both the assassins are on his case, as New jumps over, barely taking any damage at all. Krim just trying to stay with his team, play with his team, and eventually a 1-for-2 trade comes in. Huge shutdown going in favor of Invictus Gaming. Not quite sure who claimed the kill over there, but it looks like the depth charge and the Diana ulti, along with being tagged by the Mystic Shot, was enough for Abel to be taken out. Cole using everything onto Rookie over there, maybe slightly overcommitting, nothing really available to save his AD carry. And despite the fact that both Aki and New were there, I'm kind of surprised that Abel was taken out. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he just gets completely exploded. And then unfortunately, Wink, I think he arcane... Oh no, he got straight away kicked into a bad situation. Krem really not contributing too much to that assassination attempt. But look, New is not taking any damage at all. This 1v1 is pretty one-sided, all things considered. As true to form, first tower of the game does fall in favor of Invictus Gaming. This is, of course, their strong suit, as Invictus Gaming, I do believe, claim about 60% of the towers, if I'm not mistaken, in their first games. Yep, 57.9% of first towers go to Invictus Gaming across all of their games. Dragon was taken, of course, as the aftermath of the fight. In the aftermath of the fight, Invictus Gaming looking for something here. Colt does have his series of stuns as Shin jumps onto Abel, forcing out his flash immediately, as Abel is kind of having to use that spell off of cooldown. Don't think you can ult out of a Diana ultimate, and Shin is perhaps the only saving grace, the light of everyone's eye. Invictus Gaming side, as New is just pummeling New is just pummeling Nenny, up in the top lane. Very one-sided. It does have his mythic item complete. Krem considering a hover up towards the top side, but finally opting against it, as a rotation is coming here. Invictus Gaming will secure the second tower of the game in bot lane, and Rookie with his superior wave clear will have no problem at all, just clearing out the waves continuously. Cole not really able to engage on him without a flash, because of course Rise does have his realm warp as well as his phase rush. Synchronized recalls are going down across the entirety of OMG. It's what we like to see, as Rift Herald does come up onto the map. New clearing out bot side, trying to apply some pressure. Does not have teleport for a fight that I expect to break out for Rift Herald, as the entirety of Invictus Gaming are making their way over. Rookie is backing now. Perhaps he's finished his Seraphs or gotten a needlessly large rod, but he does have teleport and can be right back into lane. Looks like he stopped off for a stopwatch. Speaking of which, there are only 2 stopwatches in the entire game, and those are on Shin as well as Rookie. Not too much to worry about. as Rift Herald will be spawning in about under a minute, not quite 30 seconds just yet. Nanny catching the bot wave as Rookie finds himself running down towards bot lane as well. Perhaps they're going to try and make a pick before the Rift Herald begins. I like this unorthodox pathing here, but it's a little bit all in as Invictus Gaming find themselves horribly out of position now. Looks like they will not be attempting to contest, just looking to try and make a pick on the opposite side of the map, but every member of OMG has gathered for this Rift Herald, knowing better than to try and make two plays at the same time. Engage onto New, taking no damage whatsoever as the Rift Herald just is leashed by an additional True Shot Barrage. Rookie nearly finding New in the jungle. However, they were spotted out by the red bush ward as Nenny shoves a wave under tower. OMG losing a little bit of tempo for that Rift Herald, but they do have topside pushing. There is Krem, who does have a teleport available, and that red ward has so far spotted out almost every member of Invictus Gaming that has stepped foot into the jungle as the superior rotations do come in and tier 2 bot tower does fall. Unfortunately for Invictus Gaming, they need to start hustling back as Rift Herald was dropped. I actually would have much preferred to see this Rift Herald down mid lane as Invictus Gaming's mid tower is still up and incredibly healthy. This second charge is good and all, but it really doesn't accomplish anything. I think top tier 3 falling as well as tier 2 getting chunked into like a quarter of its HP is not as valuable as taking out this tier 3 mid tower. As we saw in the game, I think it was LNG versus FPX, it was this exact tower, this tier 3 tower, that won FPX the game. It was impossible for LNG to shove waves deep enough into mid lane for them to rotate between objectives later on in the game. So the longer the Invictus Gaming can keep this tier 3 tower up, the better their chances are of winning, the better their situation is at least overall. OMG, I'm not saying it's a huge thing. Actually, I kind of am. I feel like it's pretty big. Right now, however, given how farmed Abel is significantly ahead of CS, 14 CS, over 2 waves up on Wink, is really just the person you're going to be going to want to be watching in this game. Invictus Gaming, on their side, you just watch Rookie kite back. Wink is just going to get pounced on by both Krem and New, so I don't think there's much need to watch him. He's just going to be eviscerated, as is Rookie probably. But at least Rookie can pile on the damage as well. But really, who you want to be watching on the side of Invictus Gaming is Shin. Meanwhile, on the side of OMG, Abel is everything, as is Cold, as Krem does hit the Shuriken Toss. Don't know if you want to engage onto a Nautilus, however, as the anchor is looking mighty enticing, isn't it? Aki finding himself a little bit out of position as Lucas fires out the hook, hits the anchor. Rookie unloading onto him as Magnus Storm comes in. Watch Abel as in comes Shin for the stun. Doesn't manage to hit very much as look, members of OMG surrounding him have so much HP, trying to use Aki as an out. Unfortunately, it does not allow him to as he is brought down eventually as in the backlines. Abel is just so healthy and this is his fight for sure. Stormbreaker coming in. Oh, actually being chomped out is a 2v2 now. New is in the fight. Nenny needs to be able to sustain. Unfortunately, it is not enough, and Wink is not doing enough damage either, as New is just trying to dance around his support, trying to tank up as many Mystic Shots as possible. The Sonic Wave is there. Arcane Shot does miss. He needs his essence shift as Cold. It jumps over Wink. It's a 1v1 situation. Storm. Oh, Gore Drinker coming in. Gore Drinker actually saving New. Unbelievable fight. Perfect execution there between the 2v2 from New as well as Cole. The only catastrophe occurring when Cole jumping over Wink over there, leaving New in a 1v1 with barely any HP. As you see the hook hitting here, Rookie just unloading, but then that beautiful Magnus Storm, and then Krem in the backlines. Look at what he just does to Wink. Shin also unable to do too much in terms of the ultimate damage, and Krem with the Shuriken still onto Rookie, just flies in onto him even after the Realm Warp, assassinating the Rise, and after which Abel just flashes in. This was his fight. Unfortunately for him, the Stormbringer still managing to tag out onto him as we see Dragon on the bottom left corner going in favor of OMG pretty handily. And then unbelievable. Look at the sustain coming in from this champion. The shields from the safeguard, a little bit of the regeneration from the red buff, the pot that's continuously ticking, and then Wink trying his best, try as he may, just to, and look at this situation. Look at how much he sustained from just the red buff and that potion. As Krem finds himself in a 1v2 situation, trying to use his ultimate to jump out, as Shin whiffs his jumping in as well. Krem not really getting close enough for his final part of perfect execution to do any damage to Shin. Quite greedy over there, but he knew that Invictus Gaming didn't really have much on the bot side. Meanwhile, Lucas is just picked by a beautiful insect coming in from New, tossed into the team. Baron is up 4v5 situation right now as Nenny stepping a little bit far forward. Audacious charge forward, but no follow-up coming in. Cold does not have flash as he jumps in onto Shin, who stepped way too far forward, is obliterated, unfortunately, for his attempt as Stormbreaker comes over the entirety of Invictus Gaming. Krem is so incredibly low as Abel is caught out in the front lines. Unfortunately, Rookie is very much alive. Wink is extremely healthy as well. And looks like the front line is all you, Nenny as in the front is all you really need as Shin was caught out in that fight. Abel running forward a little bit too aggressively, and although this is definitely his fight to win, his team kind of needs him to play a little bit more safely. The re-engage. Here we go again. See a nice little insect coming in. Lucas instantly dies. And then Invictus Gaming get engaged on here. Shin in particular is the one who gets pounced on. But it's really the re-engage. Let's see how much Shin's ultimate was able to do. He gets really just CC'd up like crazy. Pops his Zonias without really using his ultimate. Oh, he didn't have his ultimate in the bot lane exchange. And then here we go. Abel not getting the memo as his team was beginning their retreat already. Gets exploded by Rookie. Is level 12 only. Rookie's got 2 parts of his ultimate. Isn't quite his 16 power spike just yet. As New looking for a fight up here. Dragon is not up for another 3 minutes with Baron being the main objective on the map in terms of neutrals. Abel is still managing to, I mean, he's been picking up kills, but his CS wise, he has fallen behind. Wink is building ever so slowly towards that Frozen Heart, as Abel is only 3 kills away from being one of the top kills in the LPL. Most kills in the game, of course, right now are in favor of, is a record held by Gala at 15, followed by Angel at 14, and Elk at 14 as well. So if Abel can get 3 more kills, he will be the 4th person on that list. And if he can get any more from there, if every other subsequent kill, he will just rise among the ranks. So he needs to play a little bit more carefully though, as we saw, he's very much liable to getting absolutely exploded here. Interestingly enough for Nenny, going for the Divine Sundra despite the fact that he is kind of the main tank for Invictus Gaming and damage is really going to be his strong suit. However, that damage has come through in spades so far in the past few fights, oh my god, managing to kill Abel in the Dragon fight, which by the way will be up in 1 minute and 45 seconds. So until then, we've really got nothing much to do but check out on the state of the game. Gold is slightly in favor of Invictus Gaming. How do both teams want to play this? Honestly, I think OMG will do better just splitting a little bit and coming in from the sides. So I think I like to see Krem and New off in the side lanes, a little bit of a 1-3-1 coming in here. Unfortunately, Invictus Gaming do have fantastic engage, especially at the drop of a hat, so that might not be possible, as Invictus Gaming seem like the ones who are dictating the pace of the game, and they are the ones in the current 1-3-1 situation. Krem is looking for a solo kill. Will face check into Rookie, who is backing. Ooh, Rookie. Luckily, he was paying attention to his champion, not cruising and perusing the shop, I suppose. As a lot of vision has been set up across the map by Invictus Gaming in terms of the vision wall. Definitely in favor of Invictus. OMG slightly slacking in that regard, I suppose. As the Hex Drinker does come in for Abel, his 5th item. This looks to be a defensive item, I suppose. The combined pressure of Shin and Rookie, tons of AP damage. Both of them will probably want to head towards a Void Staff eventually. Shin, that blasting one could potentially be going in that very direction. So we know how team fights need to be played out. It just needs to be Rookie staying alive, Wink kind of staying alive, and Shin getting as many people in his ultimate as possible. Meanwhile, for the side of OMG, just want to create as much space as possible for Abel to jump in and maybe assassinate Wink, or let him be the last few people in the fight so he can choose his timing to jump in and assassinate the stragglers. Meanwhile, Krem and New just need to run as much disruption, kill out Rookie, and then Wink. Rookie being, of course, the main priority given the amount of splash damage he does. While Colt just needs to look for the engage, Aki just needs to jump in there and just need to keep Abel alive until the later parts of the game. Dragon has spawned now. This will be sole point for OMG if they do manage to secure it. Wing stepping out very aggressively. Looking at the side waves, looks like to be pushing in favor of OMG towards Invictus Gaming's base, as Nenny has found himself running towards the Dragons. No, spotting out New, already starting it up. OMG with first movement indicate that this will be their Dragon, as Invictus Gaming are looking to go for the Baron instead, using the realm wall right on top of ward. However, as even New drops off of the dragon, he does have teleport. As the Prey Seeker does hit, Invictus Gaming look to be backing off from this Baron. Now the inside track towards mid lane is available to OMG, who do not start up Baron in return. Invictus Gaming, if they could somehow save this mid tower, that would be huge. Unfortunately, it looks like based off their attempts, it will fall. As OMG now, will they attempt for dragon yet again? This is really the huge win, I think, for them, as Nenny is posturing to run in. Unfortunately, Invictus Gaming, as good as an attempt as that was, they do lose a pretty significant piece, as that allows them so much protection, and right now it is gone. Dragon will fall eventually. So far, OMG really not doing too much. It's just Invictus Gaming out-rotating themselves a little bit too much, trying for the lofty plays. Unfortunately, not getting too much, and I suppose a decent enough equalizer will be this tier 2 top tower, as OMG find themselves completely out of position. Rookie is pretty huge right now, but the Twilight Shroud is always a scary thing to step into. Rookie trying to bait Krem to jump in on him and let Lucas fly in as well, but looks like Krem not want to be baited by his assassin's vibes, will not go for it. Synchronized recalls are coming in now for Invictus Gaming. It looks like they are prepared to begin this Baron contest, as Frozen Heart has come in, Seraph's Embrace as well, a horde of items just flowing into the pockets of Invictus Gaming. Looking at the items now, 2.5 items to 2.5 items in the top lane. In the jungle, of course, Xun is much further ahead than Aki. Not having a great game is the jungler for OMG. Rookie is quite significantly ahead of items as well, just able to output damage so much more consistently than the melee assassin that is Akali. So really the only point in the OMG squad where they are winning is really in the AD carry role. So Abel, even more is put on his shoulders now, as he needs to be the one to get the ball rolling. He needs to be the one who's alive at the end of the fights. New did a good job clearing up the last fight, but really that needs to be Abel. Abel is the one who needs to be alive. He needs to be there for his team. He needs to quell his bloodlust and just play safe, chill out, and take his time. While on the side of Invictus Gaming, it's really everyone is doing pretty fantastically well, but Rookie needs to stay alive. Wink, not so sure. He hasn't seemed to be the biggest threat so far. It's mainly on Rookie and Xun. Start of the fight, Xun. Every part of the fight, Rookie. As Wink is hit here by the Prey Seeker, while Lucas did have the Stunning Wave on him initially as they jump in with the ultimate. Teleport is coming in. That is Krem. As the backlines, Xun manages to get his ultimate off, but doesn't manage to put Tizonias, as Lucas is now 1v1ing Abel in the backline. New just managing to assassinate Wink, as then he goes into the entirety of the team. Rookie jumping with the Realm Walk, unfortunately right into the waiting arms of Abel, as Nenny is the last man alive. Shuriken comes in, attract repel, as well as the crash down, as Nenny just bouncy castled up and down, round and round, taken out from the game, as Abel just kept completely safe in that fight, and that's exactly how OMG win. They got so much backline disruption with both New and Krem. Abel, with his ultimate as well as his stealth, just needs to keep himself alive. Fantastic engage coming in there from Colt, finding Invictus Gaming as they were so incredibly split. Not quite sure how he saw this. Flash was available. In fact, all the summoner spells were available for everybody. He just goes in, managing to get 3 people with his ultimate as well as the crash down. And Xun gets his ultimate off. Unfortunately, does not get his Zonias. I think he used his Proto Bell instead. That was a big moment. That was actually the game-defining losing moment here, as Rookie, thinking he's safe, runs right into Abel, just 2 shots him, boom boom. And as we say, the rest is pretty much written in stone, self-explanatory. Then he did survive for quite a while amidst all those people, despite having Divine Sunder as opposed to a tank item like the Frozen Gauntlet. But right now, gold is in favor of OMG. About 5k gold, 10 kills up. Dragon Soul for OMG is spawning in 1 minute and 33 seconds as the tower falls in the bot side. Looks like Rookie is attempting to get a split push going on here, but the engage from OMG is just as devastating. Unfortunately, Cole does not have flash for this one, so it might be a little bit harder to look for the engage. Not having Hex Flash, again, pretty damaging here, as Rookie continues his push. Invictus Gaming, I wouldn't be opposed to them just grouping up and trying to look for a fight here, because of course when the opponent has Baron buff, you can't really outsplit push them. It's more of just engaging on them, because Baron doesn't provide too many, if any, actually Baron doesn't provide any damage stats, as New getting an angle onto Wing is instantly jumped on. Audacious Charge come in as well as Abel's in the backline, gets bounced up and down. Unfortunately, the entirety of Invictus Gaming is not enough to save this, as Rookie continuing his push, really just giving up on the game. If you ask me, there's no way you outsplit push 5 members who have Baron buff and a very anticlimactic end to what I thought was a pretty close game. As OMG just barreled down bot lane while Rookie is busy up in topside. Abel finishing the game off with 13 kills is on the board, is the fourth most killing player in the entirety of the LPL. And unfortunately, Invictus Gaming, with their first loss of the season, going over to OMG, slight bit of miscommunications there. Would have much preferred to see them group up and just run it at in OMG instead of kind of put up this half of a defense and just getting completely steamrolled for V5. Full credit to OMG, of course, finding the angle, knew absolutely knowing when he needed to go in and kicking back Wink into the audacious charge of Aki. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of yet another series between the Titans, the old guardians of the LPL. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time with, I'm not really sure what the next game is, but we'll figure it out. See